Okay. I accidentally canceled my last video, so here I'm at again. I'm going to make sure to push the pause button instead of the stop button. Okay, so this is 7.1, my first teaching experience by Janet Perkin. This was a mind blower, for sure. Okay, for number 2, for the study questions, I said, Janet is going to inform her audience about her first teaching experience. Her first teaching experience was at a mission school in South Africa. She was unable to teach in Europe. Many students were trilingual and she enjoyed it. Yikes. Okay, so number 3, I said Janet went on a missions trip and she met many students with multiple languages. She loved her experience there. So when I went ahead and I did the number 3 where you can only do one sentence, I really realized, okay, what is the main meat and potatoes to this story? What is really needed to be said? What is really not needed to be said? That kind of helps lead to question 4 and saying that, which is getting to hear it twice, was really kind of amazing, because when I heard it twice, I realized that, A, this was extremely hard to just, hear everything at once, write everything down, not able to take any notes, not able to jot, okay, she did this, bullet points, none of that. When I went through and I listened to it for the second time, I realized that I retained so much more information from that. And that really had me thinking, okay, I need to work on my comprehension skills, and I really need to work on what is the thesis of this, what's the main statement, is this statement amplified, or is it stated? Is this what, the main, all the main points within it, and then the ending? So really trying to grab the most out of it as possible, but then not only that, but translating it in the best way possible. The number 2, when I went through and I had to summarize it for the first time, that sucked. It sucked a lot because I added so much just unnecessary stuff in there where I could definitely just grab that, take it out, throw it away, and add some main points with South Africa. I realized that I did a sentence where she was unable to teach in Europe. That's not important at all. She talks about, when you go to the transcript and you really see, okay, this is what she's talked about. She literally did not talk about Europe for even more than a half a sentence. So that's saying something. So I thought to myself, half a sentence, is that really important? Nah, because the rest of the whole story, she's talking about South Africa. South Africa is obviously the most important detail here. So just kind of going through that process and eliminating, this is garbage, don't really need it. This is fluff. This is, you don't need to say, when I was imagining it, sitting back, and I was like, Janet's going to inform her audience about her first teaching experience. Am I really going to sign that? Am I really going to interpret that? Nah. I'm going to interpret what she's first saying, which was, my name is Janet Perkin. I'm going to tell you about my first teaching experience. I'm going to say her first teaching experience. That's it. I might add her name. I'm not sure. I'm not an interpreter yet. I haven't really practiced. I mean, I've practiced all my life. I take that back. But I haven't practiced at a professional standpoint yet. So who knows? So number 4, Janet went on a mission trip to teach in South Africa. The subjects were taught in 3 different languages, Zulu, English, and Afrikaans. It was pretty amazing that Janet got to experience trilingual students. It was her most enjoyed teaching experience because the kids enjoyed the education. I'm sorry. Okay, main point summary 1. Janet was unable to teach in Europe, and that kind of goes back to what I just went on a rant about, I think, where that's not important. That's literally, she, out of 20 sentences, 20 main sentences, that is half a sentence. That does not really need to be included, nor is it really important. She really, really talks about South Africa. She really wants the audience to know about her first teaching experience. Europe wasn't her first teaching experience, so it's like, I'm not going to take up a sentence for that. So it's kind of the process of elimination. So going down from main point summary 1, Janet is going to inform her audience about teaching. Then again, I'm not going to sit there and say Janet's going to inform her audience about teaching methods. I'm not going to say that. That doesn't even sound right. That sounds like an introduction to a writing paper. That does not sound, like interpreting. So mission school, instead of saying mission school, I said missions trip, because it's actually, technically, it's not a mission school. It is a missions trip that she went on to a school in South Africa. So that was misinterpreted out of my part. And I'm glad that I caught that, because I was like, not good. You need to practice more. So, main point summary 2. I said 3 different languages, Zulu, English, Afrikaans. It was pretty amazing. The students really enjoyed her education. For those last 2 bullet points, I said that because I feel like at the end of the day, it's very, very important, especially for if you're interpreting for a deaf client. It's very important to really express that emotion where the source language is giving to you, because if that source language is really like showing empathy, really showing that they care, really showing all this emotion, it's so important to interpret that. It's so important because you can interpret Janet Perkins' story in so many different emotions, and a deaf client's gonna be like, what the heck is up with this woman, like, you freak? But if you really interpret it correctly and use your facial expressions, use your mouth movement, use your hands, obviously, use your eyebrow movement, and really put those key words and phrases into your interpretation, then deaf clients can really understand that this person really does care about teaching, and that this person really enjoyed our first teaching experience, and how this first teaching experience really affected her for the rest of her life, because she's obviously still talking about it. So it's really important to get that expression out there. That is so important, and I realized that. So for step 1, observation. Make sure that you have answered all parts of your study questions. I did. Just explain them to you. Section 2, just circle a whole bunch of stuff, like check, and then the transcript. I did that. You can see that in my uploads. Okay, so step number 3, analysis. I said that the second summary is obviously more accurate because I was able to listen to the story twice. It really helped summarize some of the most important details. The second list is more informational and smooth. I realized that I left out the introduction, and I really hit some main points of Janet's story. I made sure to empathize for her feelings about her experience. This is important because it helps the summary readers understand her teaching passion. So, that's just what I said. That's how actually I read it. Okay, so number 4, assessment. Just asking if in my summaries, if I said, I guess this is about, I can't remember, I can't, I went back and I realized I had none of that. So I don't know if that's great on my part or what's going on, because I said, nope, none, smiley face. So I think I'm really proud of myself in that part, because I look back and I said, oh, I can't remember what came next. Oh, I can't, because for me, it's like, I'm not going to put that in there. I'm going to remember it. I'm going to comprehend this. And I'm really happy that I was at least able to comprehend at least 5-6 sentences of her story, which is really impressive, and I'm really happy that I was able to do that. It probably has to do with the fact that I've been doing this maybe for 20 years of my life. So, yeah. So, step 5, action. Answer the study question and do a follow-up. I think my follow-up is going to be that I really need to practice on getting that perfect second summary in that first summary. I think that's something that I really want out of myself within this next couple of weeks. I really want to be able to hear it once and that's it. I don't want to be able to listen to it multiple times to get the message of it. No, I want to listen to it once and I want to interpret it correctly once. I want to be a professional, and I think that's something that I'm really going to push myself on. I remember in one of the discussions I read, what's the guy's name? Preston's discussion, where he said that he watches Criminal Minds, and then afterwards he's going to summarize it, or summarize what he just heard in that whole clip. And it's like, that's such a good idea, because a lot of us don't even realize that, because if we miss out on 1 second or 1 minute of the clip, it could really just screw up the entire episode. And so for me to, okay, I'm going to try that. And I did last night, except this time I'm reading The Office, because it's freaking hilarious. So I was watching The Office, and then I was like, afterwards, I was like, thinking about it, kind of translating it, and I was like, I could get really good at this if I just keep doing this. And not only with TV episodes, but there's a whole bunch of helpful videos on YouTube, a whole bunch of helpful videos in this class, and helpful discussions and readings. Not only that, but listening to my boss and kind of thinking, okay, how would I translate that? And it's all really trying to use all my sources here to practice, because guess what? Practice makes perfect. So that is it for 7.1. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did.